Well, this is the first video I'll be posting. As you can see in the description, I live in Doha, Qatar, and it's almost 10 years I live here. And this 10 years I've been planting in and on, in and off, and I don't belong to any garden group, or I don't have any experience on that. All what I do, it's because I'm originally from Brazil. The land there is so good to plant, everything grows, you don't have any problem. So I spent quite a time trying to design the best system for me, and I really think that this year everything is going well. Well, I am not a big fan to plant flowers or stuff. I like to plant to consume, mostly go organic, and here it's a little bit. I will be posting videos about all the process because I like to have plant the plant and a few 2 months later plant the same one, so one stop having good development, I have another one right after. So one of the things that I use in the kitchen most, it's a coriander and parsley. I plant these plants 3 weeks ago. This area is parsley, this area is coriander. I know I shouldn't have mixed them, but I tried to plant the parsley a couple times, and only once I succeed. So what I did, I really made a good fertilizer compost from house things, and the seeds from the parsley, they took a long time to grow, and they're still small, but I feel like they will grow and stuff. And I have another planter. This is just planters. I'll be transfer them to a permanent place. And the coriander seeds I got from a local market. They're really good. For €5 a package, you have like lots of seeds. So here it's a little expensive on the internet. If you put a lettuce on the water, the lettuce will grow again. And it's true. In 3 weeks I have a new plant. This one was bigger. It's take a little bit longer time to grow up, and I need to find something to make this one stand. But the big one, it's growing the leaves here. Imagine, it's tomato. I did have tomato last year, but the tomato, I had only one tomato, and I went for it on the internet, and all the seeds, they never grow up. So I went over on the internet and I learned a few tricks to make them grow, and it did work. I used eggshells, coffee ground, and banana peel, and for the compost, for the sand. Remembering that I could use a fertilizer from the supermarket, but I want to go organic. So they grow up, and they have each one of them, they have 2 leaves. I'm just waiting them to show up like 4 or 6 leaves, so I can transfer them to the planter. And I'm using Epsom salt. I'll make a video about it. This is roman. I wasn't expecting it to grow. Here I have another roman, a lonely one. Lavender didn't grow up very well, and this is a basil. Basil is really good in Qatar. They really grow well and they maintain well during the year. In the summer they tend to get yellow, but I learned it. I put that cover, the green cover, that makes the sun lighter, and I changed the timing of watering, and they stayed pretty well. But I tend to plant them again when they reach the size. I learned how to prune them, so I'll make also a video about that. I have onion. What's a spring onion left? Here I have some more coriander. I just planted yesterday. I'm making a video about the process, how to reach there. Will be mainly coriander. And here I plant a small tomato, a small potato, and this is an onion from the kitchen. And now it's looking quite ripe because it's the sun time, but this one is beautiful. And from here I'll have 3 onions, the purple one. As I said, this is a place, just not a permanent place. Once they're a little bit more tall, I will separate them, and I'll blend them individually. My basil, here I have some spices, and here I have another spring onion. This one I made a test, and I didn't put any compost or anything. As you can see, nothing grew up, just 1 or 2 spring onions. So I really think that the solution was in the compost. I have my mint, Mint I do usually have all year round, and I like to replant them because they really grow up much beautifully. And as you can see, I have a new one growing up here. This will be long full, and I just decided I want to have a full plant of mint here. I do use a lot of mint in the cooking and also in tea, and I tend to remove the leaves. I dry them out also, so I don't have to buy dry mint, and they grow up again all year round. This I have, what's the name of this in English? I forgot anyway. And this one's also like a lots of sun. I need less all year round, and summer tends to get a little bit yellow, but you can cook for chicken, use for chicken, and for decoration on the table, and it looks beautiful. I want to have like 2 or 3 of this. So here I have a big planter for the tomatoes, which will be transferring them soon. I have some pomegranate seeds going on there, and this is not a permanent place, obviously. And this is a Brazilian, we call couve, and it's a green. It's not like spinach, more like rocca, and they're already having 4 leaves, so I'm going to transfer them once they're a little bit stronger. Each one individually in a big vase because they have big roots. Oh, I have another small onion here going on there. This one I didn't plant at all. I just put it here and grow up. So mostly I will be following up for the videos, but you can have your herbs at home here in Qatar, and you can maintain them for a while. And for the summer, you can just cover them. Most of them will really not have a good development, but for 7, 8 months you really can fill up your kitchen only from the plants here. And this is coriander. Yeah, coriander also. I plan to have like 4 or 5 of this. This is not a permanent place, of course. It's a cartoon box from a phone we got for the house. And the water I usually leave outside. I have 3 or 4 of this around, because the water in Qatar is not good, so I let the water sit outside for a while, and then I will water the plants, and mostly around 5, 6 in the morning. It's a time I wake up because of my son, so it has a big difference. And if I cook any vegetables and steam, I will put the steam, the water from the vegetables. Of course, there is no salt or oil or anything in the plants, and it's pretty well. I think this year will have a good harvest for my plants. That's it. And if you have any doubt or any suggestion, you can just write down in the comments below. Or if you're like me, just trying to grow up something Qatar with this hot weather, we can share some experiences. Take care.